I've had some bad days since I started work as a private investigator, but I'd never woken up dead before.
Much like Rudolph Mate's DOA, Discworld Noir suffered as a victim of circumstance. Despite a previously fruitful working relationship with Psygnosis, a lengthy court case between the two would result in Perfect Entertainment's closure before porting to the PlayStation was complete as teeny weeny games. Not only that, but the publisher GT Interactive would fold before Noir could see the light of day outside of PAL territories. Ironic considering they were chosen to help strengthen Discworld's video games appeal in the US territories. But despite all the elements seemingly conspiring to prevent it, Discworld Noir would grace the PlayStation in 2000, and it's arguably the best point and click on the system. An original creation entirely, unlike the previous two games, Discworld Noir's story follows Luton, the first private investigator on Discworld. Seemingly killed at the start of the game, Luton narrates the lead up to these circumstances. After taking on a missing persons case for a femme fatale named Carlotta, Luton starts to canvass the streets to track down a missing gentleman. But there is far more to it that meets the eye. Not only are you hit by multiple murders and twists along the way, but also a mid-game transformation which changes Luton's skill set entirely. But like previous Discworld games, Noir is supremely well told, providing both an engaging mystery to chew on and some biting satire on noir tropes. As expected, Noir takes a much darker approach to Pratchett's world. Every area seeps with dingy lighting, characters are rendered using more unsavoury designs, and the heavy use of discordant strings lends the soundtrack a seedy undertone. But it's a technical step up from previous games too, as while pre-rendered backgrounds and characters make up parts of the game, many assets are now rendered in full 3D, including Luton himself and the world map. Impressive FMVs pepper the story, and the only downside is the frame rate, which has a tendency to slow in intense situations. The voice acting perfectly nails and satirises noir clichés, with a back and forth on hard-boiled dialogue being steamed a clear highlight. With talent like Rob Brydon and Kate Robbins providing the vocal work, the audio is fantastic. Discworld Noir sees real improvement in the gameplay department. At first glance, it seems to play like the previous games, with point-and-click mechanics separating lengthy dialogues and puzzles. But with a detective as your protagonist, there's a bigger emphasis on finding clues through interrogation. Every key fact will be jotted into a notepad, which allows you to then use these bullet points during discussions to extract more info. This reduces the emphasis on item hunting or resorting to insane logic, and it's more rewarding as a result. There's an intense feeling of satisfaction when you finally make a breakthrough in the case, asking the right question to the right person in order to gain a new lead. It's not easy, as you can be left stumped trying to figure out how to progress, but Noir's blend of dialogue-based progression and light puzzling proves a winning mix, and that doesn't factor in a mid-game change which allows Luton to utilise supernatural abilities. Discworld Noir is also so memorable for both its appreciation of and defamation of hard-boiled genre tropes. Taking clear inspiration from the likes of Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon, it offers a surprising amount of pop culture references, digs at other games of the time, and even dips a toe into Lovecraftian horror, while always maintaining a sense of audacity. It uses these setups with care, however, avoiding becoming a pastiche and paying homage to the works it so lovingly borrows from. It's not necessarily a game to everyone's taste though. Particularly lengthy dialogue sequences, some of which have a tendency to skip without input, will be off-putting to those expecting a quicker pace.
This is Ankh-Morpork. Something untoward may happen to me whether I investigate this case or not.
Following the traditional 4-act format of previous games, Noir is a lengthy adventure. You can easily spend over 10 hours on an initial playthrough, and there's some light incentive for repeat plays. Sometimes, the looser structure will allow you to earn different objects at multiple times, revealing tweaked cutscenes and paths. Missing a clue earlier could lead you to receiving it later in the game when deemed necessary, for example. Granted, it's not one with infinite replay value, but the charismatic and enjoyable adventure will likely see you coming back for more. It feels like Discworld Noir, despite attempting at many points to satirise the genre, is a lovingly created story which is pulpy, engrossing and surprising. By trimming some of the frustrations which came to define previous Discworld games, this entry feels like the strongest out of them all. A wonderful atmosphere, excellent voice work, and genuinely hilarious moments mixed with a dark tale that feels rewarding to uncover. While those turned off by other point and clicks may not find much to like here, for fans of the genre, it's an excellent game that's absolutely worth playing.
Sure, people trust that you don't get on the wrong side of the patrician. People trust that you don't walk into the shades alone. People trust that the Assassin's Guild will fulfill their contracts or double your money back. Yeah, people even trust death. Just don't ask them to trust their mothers.